Hi everybody, today I'm here to show you just how easy it is to get started with Loqate's email and phone validation products. Now there are two main methods for implementing our services here. You can use the low-code option, or as we call it, the tagging system, or you can use our APIs. Now the APIs will give you a bit more granular control over the services. So to get started, for both methods of integration, we just need to sign into our account, which you can do on the Loqate website. Once you are in the account section, we're going to go ahead and click on the left-hand side, the add service option. And first, we're going to go through the tagging integration method. Now, today I am using Shopizer, which is an open source e-commerce headless solution with Java in the backend. Now, today we've got a very simple store that just sells some furniture. I have already added 2 of these items to my cart, so let's go to the checkout screen. Now, if I start typing in a phone number, as you can see, there is no validation other than some validation I put into the website to make sure it's at least a 10-digit number. So how do we go about implementing the tagging method? So if we go back to our account section and click on the first option, which is address, email, and phone verification, then we're going to click on the website option, which will provide us with a script that all we have to do is put that into the index.html of our website source code. So let's go and copy that straight in here. I'm using a ReactJS application on the front end. And then we'll go ahead and save. Now, these changes should automatically be picked up, as we can see up here. Now, the only other thing we need really is to get the URL which we want to apply Loqate services on. So let's go ahead and copy that down here and launch the setup. So the setup will be launched in page, which is great. And what Loqate has done here is tried to map the interesting fields in the checkout page to the existing technologies and services we offer. So today I'm not going to be covering address validation, only email and cell phone. So as you can see, it's mapped the phone option down here. If we click configure, we can see the field called phone has been mapped to our fields, and likewise with the email address validation. So all we need to do now is click save. And all those options are now applied. So I can go ahead and close this tab, go to my default store, which is here, refresh the page, and we now should have Loqate services implemented. So let's go and find a phone number first. Okay, let's check that this is a valid phone number and pop that into our checkout here. As you can see, that has been verified, which is great. And if I add some more numbers on the end, as you can see, that is not a valid number anymore. Right, so let's also go and use the Loqate support email in our checkout. So if I just type some random stuff, as you can see, it's not going to be a valid email, right? But if I put in a valid email address, as you can see, that has now worked. So that's all required to get phone and email validation and verification working in your e-commerce store. Now, if you wanted to try and test out the APIs yourself, that is also really, really easy with our new documentation, which we've now launched and has OpenAPI specs available. So to do that, all we simply have to do, let's cancel this setup. The only thing that's really required is the API key. So I'm going to go here and grab a new API key and then head over to the Loqate documentation. Now, in the documentation at the top, you'll see there is 2 tabs. We're going to go select the APIs tab and then the email validation service. So we're interested in the individual validation. And all we have to do is click try it now. As you can see, the only 2 things that are required are the key. So we'll go and paste that in and an email address. So again, let's go and take the support.loqate.com email address and paste that in. Now, all you have to do is click send, and that will go and validate that for us. As you can see, we've received a 200 response code back that the email address is valid. And the user account is coming from Loqate support with the domain of gbgplc. So that's all required. And again, the same for phone validation. So if we head down to the phone validation APIs and click try it now, all we really need is our key. So we'll go and get that from the account section, paste that in here. And let's try a phone number. Let's try from Loqate support. Let's paste this in. And again, click send. So as you can see, that response has returned 200 response code. We know what the phone number is. We know the national format, etc., etc. So very, very easy again to get started with these technologies. And as you can see, there is lots more options when you're using our APIs. So I hope this video has been interesting and useful. And please do get in contact if you have any other questions. Thank you.